one of the things I'm looking forward to is to say that there's this new business that I started off, and it is bringing in an income of over $100,000 a year. I wake up every day excited. These are things that I actually want to do, not things I feel forced to do, measuring the gain rather than the gap. I've made a lot of gains personally and in business understanding. I always leave there feeling very positive and encouraged. If I went to bed with just these three things, today was a day very well spent. All right, it's another Wednesday, and I feel so excited and powered up. Let me explain what just happened. So I went for my usual, wow, that was quite a, hold there. Let's try that again. I went for my usual business meetup. So it's a networking and referral group that I go to every Wednesday, and it always feels great. I always leave there feeling very positive and encouraged and thinking of how I can help people and how they can potentially help me as well, and we can help each other. So it was really, really good. And today we had a few new guests join who I think I can be helpful to. One lady who would like to set up a podcast, and then another business who deal with personal brands and helping them with creating content. And basically, it turns out if I can deliver for them, what I could do is that she could refer the personal branding stuff to me, and then I deliver on those clients and we come to some arrangement. And I think that could be pretty cool, pretty amazing. And so we've scheduled a meetup sometime next week. Yes, next week, hopefully Tuesday, so that we can just meet up, talk about it, and talk about where there could be synergies and we could help each other. So I'm pretty excited about that, actually. Pretty excited. Pretty excited. Beyond that, let's navigate this. Beyond that, there's a lady who runs a jazz festival looking for volunteers. I can already think of one or two musically inclined people I can send her way. Although the volunteers she needs are not necessarily musicians, but they do have skills that are complementary. So I think I can refer them to her as well. And yeah, it just felt really, really good. And I like that I'm meeting a lot of business-minded people who, it's just a very supportive environment. Just being able to be in a space where people are thinking about business, people are thinking of ways to help other people. And it's a nice, close-knit community. I think today there were probably about 8 to 10 of us in the room, but it was just really great for communicating, for catching up with each other, that sort of thing. So I was really, really happy about that. Yeah, so that was it. Basically, it was really great. Now I'm on my way home. I've got a few things to do today. I've got to finish up a video I was working on, so editing a video I was working on. And then, because I'd already edited it, uploaded it, realized that there were 1 or 2 places that didn't quite render properly, so they're not showing properly on the video, so I need to re-upload it and then schedule it, and that's another video done. Right now I've got about, I would say I'm probably about 4 videos ahead in terms of schedule. So I have a video set up for the next 4 weeks, which feels pretty good. I'm always tempted to put my video, like once it's done, I always want to put it on immediately, just be like, yeah, let's put it out into the world. But I'm learning to hold myself back and just schedule the video. Although these videos here where I just talk and catch up with you every Wednesday, hopefully, I think it can be a series. I think I could do more of that. I think I'd be happy to do more of that, actually. So maybe I might make the exception for the Wednesday videos, because I think it's also good to have them like show up on Wednesdays and also show up regularly. So, and it'll just be 1 week behind. I think that could be really good, and then my other content can just continue. I think that would work out. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm feeling pumped, feeling excited. It's always great to go to these meetings, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these and just meeting a lot of business people in the process, which would be fantastic. Today has been a really positive day for me so far. So as you saw earlier, I went for the business networking meeting. That went well, came home and literally had maybe about 15 minutes before I had to go into my next call, which was with my PhD supervisor, just giving her an update. And I'm making progress. I'm so much closer to the end of my PhD than the beginning, which is great. I'm hoping I can be done by the middle of this year, even earlier if I can muster it. But I'm really excited about that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so we just talked about a few things, and even with the PhD, it's interesting seeing the developments and just all the things I'm learning from speaking to freelancers. By the way, if you're watching this and you're closer to January, February of 2026, I'd like you to send me a message, and then I'll give you a link to be part of the study if you're interested. So basically, it's targeted at freelancers, independent workers, gig workers, anybody who isn't in a traditional 9 to 5, and is that's how they're making money, and you're based in Canada as well. That's the other thing. I'm doing some interviews about financial literacy and just how people in those employment or non-employment situations manage navigating the financial landscape. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll give you a link in the description or in the comments. I'll just let you know there. But yeah, besides that, I also had a communication practice session with somebody who works in the diplomatic service of a particular country. I can't tell you which, but it was very interesting. So I've been working with this person for the past, I would say maybe a month or two, and I've seen just immense progress this person has been able to make. And today, what we were doing was we were doing a few practice sessions in anticipation of a talk they were going to give tomorrow. And it was, first of all, very beautiful to see how the person had progressed so far, just in all the work put in and just making sure that they're speaking at the right pitch level, reducing the ums and ahs, also ensuring that you can see I'm just smiling right now because I'm just so happy at the progress that person has made. But just making sure that the person is able to communicate effectively, and also being able to speak without putting a lot of upward inflections in their speech, and then preparing for the talk. So looking at structuring the talk as well. So how they go about, you know, putting the talk together and making sure there isn't any part that is just assumed. So she's going to the talk fully prepared. So her intro, the content of the talk, the conclusion, the Q&A session, and then how she ends and exits the stage. We practiced all of that today, and we're looking forward to seeing what that looks like tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. Really happy. Yeah, that was just a really great session. Then there's so many people I need to follow up with today, and just a lot of other things that need to be done. But in terms of my daily wins, which is a practice I started since I believe last year, where I just write down 3 things that I'm most grateful for today, or 3 accomplishments that I have done for today. I've already hit those 3. Like, if I went to bed with just these 3 things, so the visit or the meeting, the business networking meeting, the PhD meeting, and then the communication practice session that I gave to the diplomat. Those 3 things are enough for me to say today was a day very well spent. So I'm still going to carry on with a lot of things. I'm going to take a bit of a break, relax, maybe grab something to eat, and then I'll carry on with the other things I need to get done. But so far, so good. Something that I'm putting out here to challenge myself is that by this time next year, so one of the questions that was asked in the networking meeting was, what would be different between you of now and you in 2027, this date, 2027. Today's date is the 14th of January, 2026. And one of the things I'm looking forward to is to say that there's this new business that I started off, and it is bringing in an income of over $100,000 a year. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. So I'm going to keep working towards it. I think it's doable. I definitely think it's doable. We'll see what it ends up being, but definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing some changes like that. There are a few other things I'd want improved or changed or whatnot, but that would be a major thing that I would say, yes, I did something pretty cool in 2026. So excited about that. The time now is 20:39. I would have thought today couldn't have gotten any better, but it did. soon after my last coaching call, I had a family event that was online. It was a nice way for us to reconnect as a family. It was kept to 1 hour, so it wasn't onerous, but it was really nice to see what everybody was getting up to. And it was my wider extended family. So that was really nice. Afterwards, I did rest for a little bit. Then I got back to a bit of work. This was work that involved looking at lead magnets and building a lead magnet that I'm working on, but also a system for lead magnets. I got really challenged today when I saw someone post online that they make a lead magnet every single week. And I thought, huh, that's interesting. The person did mention that they leveraged a growth manager, I believe, growth manager operator, something like that, or growth marketing operator, something like that. But it challenged me to think, you know what, I could actually create lead magnets that provide value for my audience on a weekly basis. And not only would it be helping my audience, it would also be helping me build assets that I can then provide to clients, to support clients on their journey working with me. So that for me just blew my mind, but it was very, very encouraging. And then I guess I can finish today with a moment of gratitude as well, realizing that I wake up every day excited. Like lately, it's been just a constant excitement. I don't feel like I have enough hours in the day to do all the things that I want to do. But these are things that I actually want to do, not things I feel forced to do or just feel like I have to do because, they're just adult things that you have to do. No, no. I'm actually pretty excited. Like every day, I'm like, okay, there's a lot we have to do today and let's get on with it. Almost like sleep sleep gets in the way in a sense. I do need to remind myself to always rest because there are some times where I can just go overboard, but generally it's a good sort of feeling where I'm enjoying the work that I do. I'm building something that I feel in the long run would be beneficial both in the capacity it grows in me, actually in many things, the capacity it grows in me, the way I'm able to show up for clients, and then the financial benefit that can come from it. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. And I'm just so, so grateful. This wasn't necessarily what I would say of myself maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe five. Yeah, 3 to 5 years ago. But I'm currently in a space where I'm not there yet. There's still many things that I have to do that I don't enjoy doing. There's still things that I wish I had, or stages or levels I wish I had ascended to that I'm not at yet. However, I'm really grateful for where I am right now because if I'm looking at measuring the gain rather than the gap, I've made a lot of gains personally and in business understanding and in just life in general that I'm so, so grateful for. And now the idea is for me to keep up with that momentum, keep that going, and find other ways that I can keep being of value, or find more ways I can keep being of value, keep growing in the things I'm growing in, and also putting aside time to take care of the things that are equally as important, but also could get discarded or disregarded in the pursuit of business. So things like spending time with family, both virtually and in person. Things like making sure that I'm taking care of my health. Things like making sure I'm just doing things that feed me also spiritually. But in general, I just wanted to share that with you. I'm in a very grateful state. I wonder if you can relate to that. And it might not be that everything is going the way you planned, but gosh, there are many things that are going your way, and that's something to be really grateful for. Anyway, that was my update for this Wednesday. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.